everyone, Sharon here from Be Divine Vintage. This is the fourth attempt at this recording this morning. I've had the phone ringing and dogs barking, the windows being cleaned, all sorts happening. So hopefully I can get through this recording without any interruptions. My eldest daughter got married earlier this year and I made for her the most amazing wedding journal. True to rule, I bought collected far too much ephemera. So I've decided to sell some of it and put it together in this altered file folder just for you. So here it is. In itself, it would make a great journal actually, or a signature within a journal. The closure is by way of this beautiful vintage satin ribbon. It's so lovely and soft. I could just sit and stroke that. It's lovely. And there is this faux pearl necklace around it too, to keep everything in place. On the front cover we have got this picture of my mum and my grandfather back in the 1950s when my mum got married. Look how dapper my grandfather looks there. I love that. That is a copy of the original picture. There is also this little glassine bag, and in here, which has been hand dyed with blueberries, this one, blueberries. So in here there are lots and lots, still some inside, of these lovely, they are vintage, antique, Victorian antique style die cuts. They are so pretty, so pretty. I love them all so much. Perfect just for in your wedding journal too. The front, oh, look at that one, it's a fan. I love that. Can you see that? The front is silk here with a vintage handkerchief pocket. So there's one pocket, two pockets, and here and here, you can hear the dog barking in the background. Here and here are appliques from a vintage wedding dress. On the back is a vintage brooch, a little Suffolk puff, and this is an altered wine menu to help you choose your wine for your wedding. And in the back there is a little glassine bag with some die cuts inside that I've decorated. Pop that down. Right, so inside, let's open up. So we have a lovely altered paper clip. This was inspired by GI Care, and that's got pastel coloured sari silks and some beautiful vintage and contemporary beads on there. So without further ado, let's move on. We have some beautiful vintage gift cards. These are from the 1940s and 1950s. So pretty, and the attention to detail. I particularly like this one. It pulls right out. Lots of journaling space and space on the back there. And there are 4 of those inside. They're all just slightly different. They are used, so they are written on, which I love that. I love to read the messages, and oh, that's from 1955, that one. I love to just step back in time and have a look at those. These are some sticky back bubble cabochons. I love the pretty colours in those, greens and pinks and turquoise, purple. There's a little tiny envelope here, fabric envelope, and inside is a little horseshoe that would have been used on a cake, on a cake, probably back in the 1950s that's from. We have another glassine bag here, and in this bag are lots of little bits and bobbies. And my grandma used to say, watch colours. hear people in America saying doodads. I love the word doodads. It's just, this is the bag that keeps on giving. I love the word doodad. But my granny used to say watchcalls, little shoe. That would probably have been on a cake as well. But vintage buttons. And then in the first pocket here, we have a vellum pocket, which I've made with the vintage wedding dress applique, a little vellum pocket. We have a decoupaged cardstock spool, and this is vintage. The pink is vintage. These two are more contemporary trims. That's the word I was trying to think of then. And then at the back here, we have, let me just show you this. We've got here one pocket, two pocket. This is vintage newspaper, but it's all been treated, so the ink doesn't come off that. So we've got some vintage, not vintage, we've got some doilies, square doily too. I had to fold that to fit in the pocket, but it would just iron out. And this is some avocado stained paper that I had decorated. It's just ready for in a wedding journal with vintage flower and a little horseshoe. Some music paper. Oops, that's upside down. And some pieces of vintage gift wrap. Again, it is folded, but that could quite easily iron out. I remember gift wrap like this from when I was a little girl. I'd forgotten about it until I got this, and then I thought, wow, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. So over to this side. Might be better if I do just tilt it like that, actually. We have a little altered paper clip from a little gift tag. We have some a modern little card, vellum flower. These are the old Project Life cards, and they are specifically, everybody else is organising us from the right way up. Mine are always. These are Project Life wedding cards, which you can use as they are or alter them. There is in this pocket, so here we've got two pockets. One, two, with vintage crocheted lace and some sari silk. We have this is an altered envelope, which I got inspiration from the lovely GI Care. No, I didn't. I got inspiration from the lovely Angela Kerr. I get my Kerrs mixed up there. There's a little transparent window there with some flowers in. There we go. Sneaking in there is a piece of vintage trim, wedding dress trim. And a wax seal with some more wedding dress trim just hiding in there, and plenty of space there to journal on. This detaches is one of these little tiny Tim Holtz clips. I love those. So as you can see so far, Angela Kerr and GI Kerr are both big inspirations to me. The back pocket here holds another of these beautiful altered vellum pockets. Actually, this is adapted from an idea by Kelly Snow. So I do spend lots and lots and lots and lots of time, particularly when I'm in bed, supposed to be going to sleep, watching all these videos from these amazing journalers to get inspiration and ideas. And then we have a vintage sewing pattern. I'm not sure if it has ever been used. Oh yes, it has. I don't know. It has been used, but it's folded up beautifully, as you can see, back into its original packaging. Somebody has cared for that. I have to excuse my Lancashire accent, coming over quite strong. I live in Bolton, home of Peter Kay. Garlic bread and cheesecake. Those of you who know the Bolton comedian will know exactly what I'm talking about there. So there we have the last pocket from this newspaper, which is from 1976. So that is the altered file folder, without anything in it. So as you can see, an amazing journal cover in its own right, or an amazing insert. So this is available in my Etsy shop with all this beautiful vintage ephemera. When you put it all on the table together, you see that there is lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Now underneath, you've probably seen here this beautiful vintage, it's a small tablecloth, or a huge, 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 huge doily for giants, but it's a vintage tattered, I think, tablecloth, or crocheted. I will be putting this into my Etsy shop soon. So if you want to look at the tablecloth, or you want to look or purchase the tablecloth, or you want to look or purchase this lovely altered file folder, please go to my Etsy shop. The name is Be Divine Vintage, spelt B-E-A-D, because I love beads. Divine, D-I-V-I-N-E. However, the D from bead, the end of bead, and the D from the beginning of divine is the same D. So it's B-E-A-D-I-V-I-N-E, vintage. Be Divine Vintage, the same name as my YouTube channel, is the same name as my Etsy shop. So come along and have a look. There's going to be lots and lots and lots and lots more going on in my shop, because I have so much. Dare I say too much? Dare any crafter say too much? No, I'll stick with so much that I need to make space for more. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed my recording. Please subscribe to my channel. I will be doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers. Either a journal or some vintage lace, vintage tablecloths. I've got lots of those. A choice of either for the lucky winner. So please subscribe, and once I get to 100, I will do my giveaway. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.